Half of Google searches now show an AI overview at the top. Your SEO agency is still charging you for position tracking. You are paying a bill for a service that no longer exists. I am showing you why your organic traffic is bleeding, why Search Console lies about it, and exactly what to do this week. 5 stories. AI overviews hit half the SERP. Google's reporting tool weaponized against you. The entity SEO scam being sold right now for ChatGPT. 5 moves that actually work. And the last one, where Google blames source websites for its own errors while claiming copyright on the output. Nobody saw that coming. First story. The number every SEO tool sold you last year just got kicked in the teeth. Similarweb published data this week. 43% of Google queries now trigger an AI overview at the top of the page. Semrush ran their own numbers and got 48. Both agree the coverage doubled inside 12 months. Informational queries get hit even harder. If you sell anything a customer researches before buying, the top of your SERP has an AI-written summary sitting where your featured snippet used to be. Now, here is what it means for your marketing budget. The CTR curve every SEO retainer was priced against. Position 1 gets 28% of clicks, Position 2 gets 15, Position 3 gets 10, was calculated on a SERP with no AI overview above the results. Every one of those numbers should be assumed wrong right now. The effective CTR at every position collapses when the AI overview takes the visual top slot on almost half of queries. If your organic sessions are down 20 or 30% this quarter and your rankings look flat, the traffic is not lost somewhere in the funnel. It never got the chance to click in the first place. And it gets worse if you sell into research-heavy categories, home services, B2B software, financial products, anything where a customer types a question before they buy. The entire top of funnel bucket now hands the summary to Google and gives you a smaller slice of a shrinking pie. Still coming, the entity SEO scam, and the last story where Google throws you under the bus while claiming your work as its own. Second story. Your agency really does not want you to open this one. Google Search Console rolled out AI overview data at the start of June. Sounds helpful? Read the fine print. Search Console shows you impressions inside an AI overview block, no click numbers, no query level detail. And the reporting rule underneath the whole thing, every URL cited inside an AI overview gets recorded as position 1, even the ones tucked inside the expandable accordion 3 clicks deep. So a page ranking 4 organically that also appears inside the overview now averages to position 2.5 in your dashboard. Your rank looks like it improved. Your clicks fell off a cliff. Dan Taylor at Search Engine Journal wrote this up cleanly. His recommendation: kill average position as a KPI. Use median position instead. Median tells you what a real user sees on a real search. Average smuggles in all the AI overview position 1s and paints a rosy picture your revenue does not agree with. And more importantly, stop measuring impressions at all. Measure first-party revenue and first-party leads. Here is the awkward conversation you need to have with your agency this week. If their monthly report opens with a Search Console screenshot of impressions and average position, they are not measuring your business. They are measuring Google's marketing material for Google's new product. The tool is doing exactly what a marketing tool for Google's product is supposed to do. It is not doing what a diagnostic tool for your business is supposed to do. And Google set the reporting up so that this new product always looks like it is helping you. Open your own Search Console right now. Filter to your top 10 money keywords. Compare impressions to clicks over the last 28 days. If impressions are flat or up and clicks are down more than 15%, the AI overview is eating your traffic. Proof lives in your own dashboard, not in my mouth. If this breakdown is landing, hit subscribe. I do one of these every week and the algorithm listens when you do. Third story. Your agency has been selling you this one as the fix for the first 2. Every SEO agency in your inbox this quarter is pitching entity SEO for ChatGPT. Add schema markup, feed the knowledge graph, get your brand into Wikidata. Dwayne Forrester wrote a piece last week that puts a stake through the middle of that pitch. Google's knowledge graph launched in 2012. It is a structured database of things and how they relate. You can influence it with schema, with third-party citations, with Wikidata entries other sources back up. A language model does not have a knowledge graph. It has weights, numbers baked in during training. Weights are not entries, they are patterns learned from every sentence the model ever read. You cannot edit a pattern by publishing a JSON blob on your homepage. Interpretability research he cites says there is no node to feed, no row to edit, no schema pathway that reaches the model's parametric memory. Here it is in plain English. Entity SEO for ChatGPT is like translating a book into Latin and posting it to a customer who does not read Latin. The tactic is real, it works on Google, it does nothing to the thing the agency is charging you to influence. And here is why the tactic gets sold anyway. It is the same deliverable the agency was already selling for Google. Nobody has to build a new service line, they rebrand the invoice. What actually moves the needle inside ChatGPT and Perplexity is how often, how consistently, and how favorably your brand shows up across the corpus the model trained on. Podcast appearances, press mentions, Reddit threads and forum answers, review sites and comparison pages. The stuff a 1990s PR firm would recognize. So when you get pitched entity SEO for ChatGPT, ask them one question: where inside the language model does the schema live? They will not have an answer because there is not one. One more still coming after this, the one that tells you where the legal liability lands. Fourth story. You can act on this one tonight. Kartik Hosanagar published a piece with Bodium Labs this week called 5 Strategies for AI Visibility Without Breaking Your SEO. The short version: split your work into 2 systems. System 1 is Google Surfaces. Keep the schema, keep the Wikidata, keep the technical hygiene, but reprice your KPIs around branded queries, comparison queries, and bottom-of-funnel commercial intent. System 2 is language model surfaces. Invest budget in PR placements, podcast tours, review site inclusion, and community presence. Independent search engine land research the same week found language models favor familiar brands. Familiarity is a corpus metric. It is not a schema metric. Here is the founder-operator reframe. If you are a small business owner paying a monthly SEO retainer of $3,000 to $7,000, take a hard look at the invoice. How much of it is going to blue link work that AI overviews are already cannibalizing? Redirect that percentage to the surfaces that actually show up. Get on 10 niche podcasts in your category this quarter. Pitch 3 trade press pieces. Get listed on every comparison page in your vertical. Answer real questions on Reddit under your brand name. All of that used to be nice to have. Right now it is the actual acquisition channel. One more thing. The corpus effect compounds. A model trained in 2027 will read what you publish this year. A podcast you record next month becomes training data for the next generation. You are not just chasing this quarter's traffic, you are seeding the surface that replaces search. Last story. The one that tells you where the liability lands when this whole system breaks. July 29th. Google's AI overview generated a race-based answer that made national news. Google's official response was to blame the source websites the overview scraped. Same week, Google is separately arguing in court that its search result output is copyrightable work, its own work. Pick a lane. When the answer is good, it is Google's product. When the answer is bad, it is your website's fault. And you cannot see which of your pages are getting scraped for which AI answers, because Search Console does not surface that data. Here is the payoff. When Google's AI overview eventually recommends a competitor's product over yours by mistake, or misquotes your pricing, or worse, invents a claim about your business that is nowhere on your website, the legal position Google just staked out means you own the mistake, not them. And here is the risk map for the next 12 months. It is why the third-party corpus play matters more than schema right now. Broad citation across podcasts, press and review sites is not just how you show up inside language models. It is your defense when the AI misrepresents you and points at your homepage as the source. The window is open right now. AI moved from the enterprise to the small operator. Your competitors have not noticed yet. Move this week. Because the operators who set up their corpus presence, their tracking, and their measurement now are the ones who own the search surface after the dust settles. The ones who wait for their agency to figure it out are handing that ground to somebody else. Everything I broke down today, the Search Console audit worksheet, the retainer scoring template you can send your agency on Monday, the exact PR and podcast pitch prompts I use for the corpus play, all of it lives inside the Church of SEO Jesus, my free school community for operators. Free to join. Link is in the description and pinned in the top comment. And the next video I have queued up is the one where I show you the exact weekly workflow I run to check which of my client sites are getting cited inside ChatGPT versus AI overviews versus dropped entirely. Watch it next. It is loaded on the end screen right now.